general term for the Ragnite weapons developed specifically for fighting off the Valkyria to damage a godlike being. These mana-enhanced arms were installed with specially portable alchemy engines throughout the Liberation War. Jutland's anti-Valkyria squad was outfitted with technology developed by Subnazi and Co. These cutting-edge melee weapons allowed vanargand to draw energy from Ragnite. Not only did these anti-Valkyria weapons grant an edge against the Rusi Empire's tanks, they could damage its Reaper too. A derogatory term for someone who comes from or resides in the woods, or is simply a woodsy encasory. It was coined by people from nations invaded by the Rusi Empire and Empire Claudius' path of power. This offensive slang was popularized in Jutland during the BRFH blockade. Since it is a racial effort against the Rusi people, nowadays it is considered taboo to speak in public or to those from Rus. Small dragonic creatures bred and used to transport cargo and people. They have been domesticated over time, although they descend from large, fierce dragons. Modern landworms are gentle and warm up to humans quickly. Because their scales and bones can be crafted into weaponry and other items, they were almost hunted to extinction, but preservation efforts have kept them from dying out entirely. Myths and legends suggest other types of lambs exist, such as aquatic seaborne drakes and winged airborne ravens. A process by which a human has a special mana engine implanted directly into the body, augmenting their physical abilities. Successful cases so huge increases in strength, dexterity, and constitution, similar to but more complex than mana-powered prostheses, which replace limbs. The subject's mana infinity determines whether they can survive the operation, as the process is risky and dangerous. Rusi scientists were the first to design a living, fully augmented human through highly unethical experimentation. A person who can extract power directly from Ragnite without the use of alchemic machinery. Most humans cannot use mana except by utilizing a Holmes engine. Before the Azure Revolution made Ragnite widely available, alchemy was seen less as a science than as a form of magic. Those who could cast spells were thus respected as divine beings or feared as sorcerous entities of superhuman origin. Alchemists can implement effects based on the element of the of the Hornus Ragnite. The Kingdom of Jutland's national unit of currency, its subunit is called the Cronus Wolf 1/100th of a crumb. The 5 different kinds of bills depict former Judas rulers, and the 6 types of coins display the indigenous flora and fauna of Jutland. The Rusi Empire's unit of currency, its supplementary unit, is called a kopeekia, worth 100th of a single hodea. Though minted and circulated by Rus, it is also accepted throughout its imperial dominations, as well as some countries and regions that are under Rusi influence. Eastern European Constitutional Monarchy area, approx 784,000 Ka2, population outside 800,000. Capital Elsinore, governed by its constitutional monarchs, cabinet and legislative parliament. This coastal nation borders the Azov and Persian seas, making it a trade hub connecting Europa to the east. Though small and lacking in Ragnite, its diligent citizens and national resources developed a new manufacturing industry. Northern European absolute monastery area approximate. Wait, I don't have to read this. Never mind, I'm not even gonna try. Once a small, undeveloped kingdom with scarce resources, Claudius used the throne and declared himself as emperor. He then used the valkyria to nuts and colonials surrounding countries, raising Rus into an international superpower as an empire with charismatic tendencies. The rest of Europe both condemns and fears its rulers' iron-willed ambitions. And an agricultural belt in eastern Jutland, originally a rural area full of natural beauty, it was occupied by the prince Claudius and was keyed to Rusi control. Known doubtfully and nobly for its Valkyrian ruins, suspected to be a holy ground for an ancient society that once worshipped the Valkyria as their deities. A small orphanage once stood on a hill at its outskirts and is said to be the childhood home of the people who would one day be known as the Five Traders. A European kingdom east of the Azov Sea, once an absolute mockery, the abundant Ragnite resources discovered during the Azov Revolution made it a prime target for invasion from Europa's superpowers. Rus' conquest of Erispa was especially gruesome. as Emperor Claudius ordered the execution of the whole royal family. Although it became a Jewish protectorate during the Liberation War, it was later granted independence. Its sovereignty is now restored to the Eastern valkyria, a European region north of the Azure Sea. The former Republic of Ireland is best known for its superior manufacturing. Although it rose to prominence at the outset of the Azure Revolution, it was soon invaded and annexed by Rus, and the name of Claudius manifest destiny. Once Europe's first industrial zone, its raglan manufactories were repurposed to serve as the Empire's armory, where Rugi manor weaponry was developed and stored. A land that is due west of the Corvotis Mountains for ages, the thriving wool industry of this medical country had united Eastern and Western Europe until the Rugi Empire seized Gustin by force. Wu's hegemonic conquest of Europe built momentum by annexing this geographically straggly point, with both sides of the Corvotis Mountains under imperial rule. Gustin found a new role by producing manor weapons and alchemic armaments. Gustin also produces fine wines highly rated by connoisseurs around the globe. The old kingdom of Rugi's former capital, a city south of the Rugi Empire and set at the foot of the Corvotis Mountains. Mugenbus is a ghost of its former self. After gaining the valkyria and becoming a Hudsman, Corvotis took precautions against counterattacks and interlopers by distancing himself from the border. Once the capital was moved to Zandberg, its workers and its ministers followed. A few stately buildings remain in Mugen Woods, but it is now a quiet rural hamlet, far removed from the center of politics. National Mercury and northeastern Europe, first of the five world powers to undergo the Azure Revolution, despite being an island off the main continent. As the leader of the superpowers, it owns more colonies than any other government, while it all-worldly polarized southern and eastern expansion. Its involvement in the BRF-8's blockade built its active role in continental political intrigue. Greenland supported Wu's plan to isolate Jutland, but also it conspired with Jewish diplomats to undermine the Rugi threat. A constitutional monarchy in mid-western Europe, one of the five major powers. Palestine is a technological powerhouse, specializing in medicinal vanargand. One, due to a critical dispersion for honor and monetary over profit and ambition, person holds the fewest colonies and has the least sway with the superpowers. However, this same honest and fortitude made it the only superpower to refuse to participate in the BRFH blockade against Jutland, assuring a lack of just cause. A Western European absolute mockery and one of the five world powers, France once ruled the whole continent, but its region was toppled after a people's revolution. Although it was a republic for a time, French royalty was later reinstated. Class tensions have been rising since. Antono's death made it late to the game of acquiring countries, so it instead sent about negotiating to expand its domain, aiming to maintain its political sway. Finn joined the BRFH blockade to carve up Jutland at the Wuxi Empire's behest. A Western European absolute monarchy and one of the five world powers have still national regionalism and ancient said that worships the valkyria as gods. This colony is theorized to have been founded by these descendants of the very same colonists who built the Valkyrian ruins. Naturally, it formed a pact with Rhodes. The moment Claudius unleashed the Valkyria, Augustus' devotion to the Wuxi Empire bordered on fanaticism. It was the first to join the BRFH blockade and the last to withdraw from the Liberation War. A publisher that owns the newspaper that prints more copies and has more readers than any other publication in Jutland. Starting as a local outlet distributed in the early days of the printing press, is accurate information and cause of the people's everyday reality caused it to gain influence over public opinion. The press popularly played a role in swaying the public, which the trader freely would later manipulate through his column to indicate the kingdom to her. A Judas corporation that boosts higher sales and productivity than any other private company in the magnate industry, though it started as a small factory on the outskirts of Indusnur, its net worth skyrocketed soon after it was inherited by Owen's subnausery's son, it rapidly grew into a titan among European arms dealers. The trailer Bazile, new owner of Slebancy Co., used his fortune to develop new mana weaponry while providing the fantasies needed to fund the liberation war for Jutland from behind the scene.